Probation is not a right, it's a privilege. You must apply for probation. If you're found suitable for probation, then instead of serving jail time or prison time, you are released on probation. A person gets arrested, they're charged with a crime, they consult with their attorney in regards to applying for probation. An evaluation is done by the probation department to see if the defendant is suitable for probation. A recommendation is done to the court. The judge ultimately decides whether the defendant is eligible for probation or not. And they report to the probation department if probation is granted. Probation is in lieu of serving jail time or prison time. It is a privilege. Parole is an earned early release from prison, and it's supervised by the state. Probation is supervised by the county. Once you're granted probation from the court, you are instructed to report 48 hours after you're released from custody to the probation department. At that point, we would go over your conditions of probation, the rules that the court instructed you to comply with. All convicted felons cannot own or use or possess any firearms. There are other conditions as to do not associate with gang members, search and seizure. The probation officer, law enforcement, does have the right to go search a defendant's house or to ensure compliance with court orders. Our job is to enforce all conditions of probation, enforce all compliance with court orders, so we would be reporting back to the judge in regards to your lack of compliance. In my experience dealing with defendants that don't have identification, I've always encouraged them to go to their consulate and request an identification. That way their identity is protected. Also, when they make an error, they make a mistake, they get in trouble, it's always much easier to come to your probation officer and be honest. That way we can help you. If you're not honest, we find out later, there's very little we can do. Also, coming to this country, not knowing the language, I really encourage all probationers to seek weekend classes, night classes for English. That will really help. There's a lot of schools that offer that free of charge.